The last 6 months has been very frustrating because we had our hopes raised in September and October of last year because when we heard that the Sheriff's Department was requesting 5 warrants on open murder, then we assumed that the prosecutor's office would grant the requests, at least some of them, and arrest people because we've been waiting more than 34 years, and the time for justice has already passed. It's too late, but they could at least try to make it up to what they've done to my family, my parents in particular. My father, who died never seeing justice, who was badly treated at the time in 1983, whereas the murderer was well treated and taken care of and kept out of jail. So it's been very frustrating because I believed that Kalamazoo County would see the case that I've seen, which what I've seen is very strong, and I know there's even more than what I've seen. There's no reason. We've seen people convicted on much less evidence. For example, Doug Stewart in St. Joseph County was convicted without a body. Many other local cases in other counties have been convicted with less evidence than what I have seen personally in the case of Erik Cross. So, we would like the Attorney General to take a look at this and say, well, why is this? They should be having oversight over the counties. Why is this one county not acting on this case when the public is clearly interested and wants justice to come and wants criminals to be off the street?
I have a question first.
Yes.
Just do like that, because I think you have something on your cheek. As this is
You're so
broadcast and
kind.
everything, absolutely. I just know how it goes.
Look at your great teeth.
No, it's broadcast. This is how it works. But as frustrating as it has been for the past few months, it still has to be a sense of relief. Like you're doing your best to move this case forward.
Yes. Oh, it is. I think just the fact that that the system does provide a mechanism for people to take things to a higher level if they feel like more help is needed, and so I do feel a relief that we've done what we could at this stage in time to try to get some fresh eyes on the case, maybe more objective. We don't even know, the reasons why it seems to have been stalled once again and not been dealt with in a timely manner. But maybe the Attorney General can figure that out for us.
Have you heard much from the prosecutor at all? Because he had the case for about 6 months on his desk.
I heard nothing from him. No, I've not heard anything from him. He knows where we are. We're easy to find. He knows we're expecting arrests. He knows everything there is to know. We're a family who lost their son. If he wanted to tell us anything, we're available, 24/7.
Have you reached out to him?
No, because I have not reached out to the prosecutor's office because I don't feel a need to. I talked to the former prosecutor, Prosecutor Fink. My parents talked to Gregor before that. How many prosecutors do we have to talk to? We've got the records of all those other meetings. There's tons of public record about it. They have the case. What more do they need to know? I don't have anything more to tell him. I want him to tell me we're making the arrests that you've been waiting for. I'm so glad you brought Erik's name back into it. I think I was thinking on my way here, I think Erik would be proud. He would be so happy to see that so many people care about him, because I know on that night he would not have felt that. He was bullied by the killer in school. He was bullied repeatedly at the party. Many eyewitnesses to him being bullied by the killer at the party. Eyewitnesses to him being bullied at the school, being pushed into a pop machine by the killer. He was bullied repeatedly in this town. But for him to see that even 35 years later, a small town can say, oh, we're not going to accept the way Erik was treated. We're not going to accept that he was bullied. We're not going to accept that he was murdered. We're going to find justice for him. I think it gives hope to me, to Erik, and to other teenagers who might also feel like I think he felt that night, which was alone, bullied, tortured, and killed.
And is that your overall message? And if you say this kind of looking towards Brady's way, because on camera it'll look really good. But is that your overall message just to people? Like, look, we're not letting go of this.
Yeah, we're not letting go of this. We think I have an obligation to Erik and to other bullied teenagers and to the town of Vicksburg, because I feel like the town of Vicksburg also needs to have their name cleared. I feel the town of Vicksburg has had their name cleared because they have come forward. The people of the town have said, we care about your family, we care about what happened to Erik, we want to see justice. This tiny little minority of our town did this horrible thing, but you know, the town of Vicksburg is much better than that overall.
After this very long fight for justice, what happens if the AG's office doesn't take the case?
I'm hoping and thinking positively to have faith that the Attorney General will take the case. If they don't, for some reason, I would like to have a good reason why, because that's something we've never had. We've heard rumors of why they weren't prosecuted. We've heard rumors of bribes. We heard rumors of because they put his parents put the killer in the mental institution. None of those are reasons. Those are excuses or rumors. We've never heard a good reason. I know there's a case, and there's much evidence, there's eyewitnesses. I won't accept the Attorney General saying no, because somebody needs to find out why in the 80s the case was dropped and then now is apparently just being ignored, because there has to be a reason and someone needs to find out what it is.